Let's take a trip to Legoland in Grapevine, Texas. This was part of day one of our vacation. The kids didn't know that we were going to Legoland, but here we are. This is the first part where you can build a race car and race it down the race car track. Next, you can get a lanyard with some activity pages and you get them stamped. When you get all of them stamped at the end of the Legoland, you can bring it to the gift shop to get a little prize. The kids were super excited about that. This next part was my favorite part. It was the mini land. So this is a mini replica of the Dallas airport. It came with flashing lights, and this was another part of Dallas and all the other little cities surrounding Dallas, like Grapevine and Fort Worth. The kids really liked this part because the crane actually worked, so you could use the little buttons and move the crane around. They thought that was really neat. This side over here was the AT&T Stadium where the Dallas Cowboys played, and you could also move the little football players around. And this next part was really cool. It had little cameras within the little Legoland city, and you can actually see people walking by. We tried to find the camera. It took us a minute to find it. This was Easton's little part. Oh, look. Look how cute.
I think melts out.
That is so cool.
Oh, that's in Texas.
That's in Texas? And as you can tell, the boys really liked that. Keaton was so funny with that's in Texas. It was the Fort Worth Stockyards, and it had little mini longhorn bulls. I thought that was the cutest thing ever. This was Grapevine. We actually got to ride it in Fort Worth. It left the stockyards and then went back to the stockyards, and it was a historic railroad. It was really neat. I'll get into that later. And this is the other side of the Dallas airport. You found Buddy the elf? Right here on top. On top of the house, the building. The kids found Buddy the elf, and then on the opposite side was the oil in Texas. It had little oil rigs in it, and that was really cool because that is a big part of Texas. And in this room had the mini figures all on the walls. It was fun to just look and kind of see what kind of characters they had. We found cowboys and Santa Claus and cops with donuts. We found all kinds of things. This is the room where you can create your own Legos and put it on the wall. I found a goose, of course, and then Peyton created this little fish. They also got a ride in these little four-wheeler golf cart things, whatever you want to call them. And then this was full. We waited 5 minutes to see this. It was the rocket ship launch. It is really neat. It was well worth the wait. The kids had fun with it. Keaton loved it. It had like fake fire and fog and smoke and lights. I think my kids' favorite part was creating their own minifigure. We did have to pay for this as extra, but I think it was well worth it because they really enjoyed it. They each put their names on the back of them and got to create their own colors and get a headpiece and a little accessory to go with it. If you've ever been to Legoland, let me know which one in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoy.